Wolfgang, it has been really a pleasure to have you here today with us, and I'm really grateful because you stayed the whole day. One question at the end of this very interesting day. Do you think it was really useful to host an event about the impact of the fourth industrial revolution?
First, thank you very much for having me here, and it was a real pleasure and a very interesting day. And that is already the start of the answer. Of course, it is important to talk about the fourth industrial revolution because it impacts all of us, and it will change our lives in a way which we haven't seen before.
Well, then for us it's very positive, because actually when we started to work on the topic, we were a bit, I would say, skeptical about the ability of people within the maritime logistic chain to really be interested even in looking outside their world. We heard a lot about data, and we're saying actually data is the future oil. Do you think at the end of this day the awareness from the different stakeholders, be it institutional or non-institutional, is, I would say, good? There's a good understanding about the role of data in the coming years.
I think there is a good understanding of the fact that data is the new oil.
Good.
I'm not sure whether there is enough understanding about how we can use data to establish better systems, to establish better links, to run our business more effectively, to connect the stakeholders for the interest of the entire community.
Okay. The other, I would say, important topic, and many actually speakers mentioned it, is the role of the human element in the coming years. I know that within Davos, very often the leaders and the CEOs that meet regularly are often mentioning indeed this big question of employment, the role of, I would say, the role of human beings and I would say workers in the future societies. Do you think that, be it at world level or at European level, there is actually a strategy regarding the employment in the future, with regards, of course, with the impact of the fourth industrial revolution?
I personally believe first that it is top of mind of the CEOs.
Okay.
So it's a key topic in the private sector. The reason being is that the CEOs are confronted with a lot of questions they get from their workforce in respect to the security of their jobs. In respect to the question whether there is a strategy, I think we are at the beginning. What we are doing now is, in fact, rewriting the narrative. Mm-hmm. The narrative in the past and at the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution was more pessimistic, more negative, more dark, and neglecting all the positive effects. And I stress regularly the point that the most industrialized nations, mm-hmm. they are lacking labor.
That's true.
And we need to understand this, and I think that's the first step of the strategy, is doing the homework, doing the groundwork, understanding what is really the impact of the fourth industrial revolution, which is the combination of so many factors which makes it complex.
Okay, yeah, good to know then. I cannot avoid asking one last question, which is then, robots won't replace human beings in the future?
Robots will partially replace human beings, sector by sector, but mm-hmm. in the process, new jobs and new positions will be created. Mm-hmm. We will see what is the net impact of the exercise. And as I said, most industrialized nations, most roboterized nations mm-hmm. lack labor. So there is some indication that, yes, human beings are replaced, yeah. but they are also needed in other sectors. And there is always that discussion about the skilling.
Yeah.
So moving people from one place to another place, from one position to another position, requires reskilling or right skilling. Mm-hmm. And the discussion is very often around we need to skill the people in data management and all these tech-related tasks.
Yeah.
I personally believe that it will be the minority working in this field. The majority needs to be trained to work alongside the machines.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It was very interesting. And thanks again for being here today. Thanks.
Thank you.